All right, what if I told you there's a way to learn English so fast it almost feels like you're cheating? Today, we're going to break down a science-backed method that does exactly that. And it all comes down to flipping one single switch in your brain, a switch most learners don't even know is there.
I mean, that's the whole promise, right there, isn't it? It's a really bold claim, I know, but it's all about completely changing how you think about learning a language. We're going to move away from that slow, painful effort and into something that's way more natural, and honestly, a lot more fun. Okay, so let's get right into it. You've probably wondered this, right? Why do some people just pick up English in a few months, while other people can struggle for years and years? Well, here's the secret. It's not because they're smarter. It's because they've probably by accident turned on the right learning system in their brain. And today, we're going to find that switch. So, to flip that switch, first we've got to understand how this amazing machine, our brain, actually works. We're going to start by totally busting a huge myth about language learning, one that you've probably heard your whole life. Just look at this. On the left, you've got the old way, the classroom way, studying grammar rules, memorizing vocab lists. That uses your conscious memory, which is super slow and kind of clunky. But look at the right side. That's how your brain is actually wired to learn. It absorbs patterns, it uses implicit memory. It's exactly how you learned your first language. So here's the big takeaway. If it feels like you're studying, you're probably using the wrong part of your brain.
And this is just a brilliant way to think about it, right? Spotify doesn't learn what you like by studying music theory. No way. It just looks for patterns, what songs you play, what you skip, what you put on repeat. Your brain does the exact same thing with English. It's constantly tracking patterns, context, and how often it hears things. It absorbs the language, it doesn't just memorize it.
Okay, so if the brain learns by absorbing, then the big question is, what are you feeding it? Because the stuff you listen to and read, the input, it has to be just right. This is where almost everyone messes up, but guess what? It's an incredibly easy fix. This number right here, this is your magic key. This is what's called comprehensible input. All it means is that the English you're listening to or reading should be something where you understand about 70 to 85% of it. It's not 100%, and it's definitely not 50%. This is the sweet spot. This is your learning zone.
And here's why that zone works so well. See, if the material is too easy, your brain just gets bored and it tunes out. But if it's way too hard, it panics and just gives up. But right in that Goldilocks zone, not too hard, not too easy, your brain can start guessing, predicting what's coming next. And every single time it tries to predict something, whether it's right or wrong, it's updating its internal map of the language. That prediction process, that is learning at an almost illegal speed.
Okay, theory's done. We get it now. We need to activate that pattern-absorbing system with just right input. So how do we actually do that? Well, here are 3 super powerful techniques. Think of this as your new fluency toolkit. First up, we've got shadowing. Now, this one's a little weird, I'll admit, but it is so effective. You literally listen to a native speaker and you talk right along with them, just a split second behind, like an echo. It feels strange at first, for sure, but you're training everything all at once. The muscles in your mouth, your pronunciation, the rhythm. Your brain starts to copy the music of English, not just the individual words.
Technique number 2 is forced output. Okay, so many people think, I'll start speaking English once I'm fluent. But that's like saying, I'll go to the gym after I get strong. It's completely backward, right? You have to speak before you feel ready. Every mistake you make isn't a failure, it's just vital data for your brain. Think of it like a necessary software update on your path to fluency.
And this third one, phrase stealing, this changes the whole game. Here's the deal. Stop memorizing single words. It's so inefficient. Your brain thinks and stores language in chunks, in phrases. So instead of just learning the word depend, you steal the whole phrase. It depends on the weather. Once you start collecting and using these full-blown phrases, you're going to sound so much more natural because you're basically just hitting play on the same patterns native speakers have used thousands of times.
So we've got the theory and we have the tools in our toolkit. Now let's put it all together. Let's build a dead simple daily routine that you can actually stick with. This is where it becomes real.
Here it is, the whole 25-minute illegal routine. You start with just 5 minutes of passive listening. Maybe a podcast is on while you make your coffee. Then 10 minutes of active watching. You're really focused on a YouTube video or a scene from a show. And then you bust out the tools. 5 minutes of shadowing a part of what you just watched, and then 5 minutes of forced output, just talking to yourself about it. That's it. 25 minutes.
And this chart really kind of puts it all in perspective. Look, the biggest chunk of your time is just actively watching something you probably enjoy anyway. The other parts are just these short, focused bursts. It's totally manageable, it's balanced, and it's designed so you don't burn out. Seriously, no more excuses. And you have to remember this. This is so, so important. Trying to cram for 4 hours on a Saturday, it doesn't work. It just stresses you out. It's these short, daily sessions that actually rewire the neural pathways in your brain. Consistency beats intensity every single time. All right, we've covered the what, the why, and the how, but there is one last final piece of the puzzle that makes this whole system fire on all cylinders. This is the fuel for your brain's learning engine. And here it is. The secret ingredient is dopamine. See, when you are actually having fun, when you enjoy the video you're watching or the podcast you're listening to, your brain releases this powerful chemical. And scientists call dopamine a memory glue. It literally makes the new language patterns stick in your brain. So this means fun isn't just a nice little bonus, it is a non-negotiable requirement for learning fast.
Because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. All of these techniques, the comprehensible input, the shadowing, the phrase stealing, they're all designed to build one simple thing: familiarity. Fluency isn't about knowing every single grammar rule. It's about getting to that point where the sounds and the rhythm and the patterns of English just feel normal. They feel familiar to your brain.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Take a hard look at how you're learning English right now. Are you watching things you genuinely love? Are you actually enjoying the process? Because if your learning isn't fun, then according to your brain's own chemistry, it might not be sticking at all.